Alright, hello YouTube. Got a couple of things I want to say here. It's going to be real. I'm going to go back to what I've pieced together here. This is kind of a miracle in a way, I believe. And it's concerning a death. Someone just recently died. And I want to go back a couple of weeks. I want to go to about the first or second week in May. And I had some dreams at night, and just nothing out of the ordinary. And I woke up one morning, I was having a bunch of good dreams. And I was thinking, and I asked God, I said, God, start showing me some stuff in my dreams. And for a day or two, that stayed on my brain, and then I just let it go. And here, last night, I had a dream, and it was about someone from my past. It was a relationship that didn't end good. And y'all bear with me. You know I go around the block 5 times to get to the point, but give me a break. I'm an old man. But I had a dream, and it was somebody in my past, a relationship that didn't end on a good note by any means. Something I felt bad, very bad over the years about. Very bad. Harbored a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, and all these negative things. And in my dream, I had my wife with me. I had my son with me. And we're walking where this lady that I had a relationship many years ago with, we go up in the back of where her mother and father used to live, and it was a beautiful pastures back there. And they were having an event, and it looked like a great celebration type thing. And I go back, and I'm like, we're here, and we're at her mother and stepfather's house. And I'm really feeling shame. I'm like, what am I going to say? And, I had my wife, I had my son with me, and her mother looked over and said, hey, go over there. She's over there. Y'all go over there and talk to her. So me and my wife and Joe, we walked over, and as we were walking, a young kid comes up to me. He's what I believe to be a 18, 19 years old, and never saw this kid, didn't know who he was, but real nice guy. And he comes up and he says, there's no shame here. Shame is not allowed here. And we continue and we walk up, and by the time I see her, she's sitting in a chair, and it's like an outside chair. Those chairs like you'd set out for an event, an anniversary, a wedding, or something of that sort. And she takes her shoes off. She just nudges them off with each of her feet, and she puts her feet up on the chair behind her. And the kid's looking at me, and he says, you always loved her feet. You always thought her feet were beautiful. And anybody that knows me knows I don't like feet. I don't like that. I believe in covering your feet up. I believe this coming from World War II and Korea era veterans. Uh, so, uh, just like that, I woke up. Well, I got to thinking about the girl, and I didn't think nothing of it. I told Joe earlier today that I had this strange dream. I didn't really tell him all of it. I was just like, this is playing on me, son. So I come in, I sat back, and I get on Facebook. And I'm like, well, let me see how life is treating her and her family, because I know she's married and got children and stuff. I don't really know how many she has at this point or what the deal is, you know. And I'm not looking for those reasons to hook up, or nothing like that. And I look online, and I see on Facebook where her son died, and it's been very recent, and I'm reading the thing and not really paying a whole awful lot to it other than reading the heading. I'm like, oh my God. I scroll down a little bit more, and the face there that comes up was the kid that come up to me in this dream in the wee hours of the morning, you could say last night. It was him. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta contact somebody, because I believe this young man is telling me that this was for a reason, and I believe this young man is trying to let someone know, hey, I'm fine where I am. I'm in heaven, and I'm convinced of that, because there's no shame in heaven. Anywhere else there's shame, and there's a lot of things, but not in heaven. There's not. And it seems to me he had everybody he needed around him, and that's why everybody was there. He has them with him now, and I don't think we can understand the time, space type of things and how God works things. We can't understand that. But I know he was letting me know, hey, I'm in heaven. And he was portraying to me there's no shame here. Number one, this kid wouldn't have really liked me. Because, you know, many years before he was born, I had a relationship with his mother, and it ended horribly. Why would he like me? And the big thing is, I didn't know what he looked like from Adam. I had no idea. He had long hair. The ball cap, I believe, was the same ball cap that was in the picture. And although he had long hair, it wasn't like no crazy hippie or nothing. It was just like the photo. And I know he's in heaven. So I shot her mother. I was friends with her and her husband on Facebook, and I've since deleted my Facebook. You guys know I was getting sick of all the political attacks I was getting. But all that set aside, I contacted her, and I sent a message. It hasn't contacted as of yet, but I sent a long message to her, and I hope eventually they see this video, because I know what I dreamt, and I had been asking God. I'm like, you know, it says your old men will dream dreams towards the end, and I was like, God, I had been dreaming a lot uh, up into May, uh, into the month of May, into this month, but I started asking God, start showing me some things in these dreams. And then last night, that. There's a lot more significance to this and the way that the young man died. Uh, I don't want to air it all. I just don't think this is the place, but it made it all the more convincing to me that that young man is just fine. He's just fine. No matter anything anyone says. He's up there with my king, and I'm convinced of it, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I believe that was a miracle that this all transpired. So I know it'll get to him eventually here. If it doesn't, if the message isn't seen for a year, when it gets seen will be when it needs to be seen. So that's how that'll work out. So a little personal at the end of this message to the people who really need to see it. I'm telling you, I'm convinced. I know what I dreamt, and then I know what I saw later in the day and the tragedy. And I want to let you personally know that William Patrick is in heaven right now. He is in heaven. So the rest of you, you got to move on. You got to stay strong and do the best you can, because certainly he wants you where he is. And if the way I felt in that dream's any indication of it, even slightly or minutely, you're going to want to be there with him. No shame, and all the peace in the world, and the best feeling that you could possibly have on you. All right, everybody, I felt the need to share that. I hope I got my wording out right. Y'all know I'm having a lot of some problems here and there with the Parkinson's and such, but much love to all of you, my Christian brothers and sisters. I hope my King is blessing you to no end. To everyone else, I'll end this like I try to normally. If you get a knock on the door to your heart, answer it. And if it's my King, open that door wide open. You won't be sorry you did.